Hello, this is Tony Chavez coming to you with another edition of the Pro2Pro podcast. And today I'm just honored and thrilled to have Brian Szydlowski, PGA Assistant General Manager at Desert Willow, correct?
That's right.
Desert
And
Willow Golf
prior
Resort.
roommate too.
Oh boy, now you had to throw that in there. I mean, there's a little too much info for our audience. Well, just to be truthful and transparent, I miss our conversation so much that you were one of my first people that I wanted to interview because we just had so much fun.
I agree. I'm glad we can make it happen.
Well, great, Ryan. Desert Willow Golf Resort in the middle of Palm Springs area, Coachella Valley, a five-star facility. Tell us a little bit about your facility and your upbringing in the profession of PGA Pro.
Yes, so I've been fortunate to work here for 17 years.
Wow, you
Um,
started when you were 12?
yep, yep. I was really lucky though. I started had some great trainers. You might be one of those, right?
Oh boy.
Um, but it's been a lot of fun. We're owned by the City of Palm Desert, and the City of Palm Desert takes a lot of pride in what we do. So they make sure we have the resources we need to have great amenities, good course conditions. What we take the most pride in, I think, is good service. I think that's one of our distinguishing factors here is it doesn't matter who you are, we want you to feel like you can't wait to come back. So I started in 2008 and have been kind of fortunate to stick it through 17 summers, and I'm looking forward to many more. Currently, we have seven PGA professionals on staff.
Wow.
We also have two PGA apprentices. They're level one and quickly advancing to level two. So definitely a culture of growth. We are big fans of the PGA here at Desert Willow, and I'm grateful that the city lets us take advantage of that relationship. We try to host some tournaments here at the section level when we can, and annually with the junior tour. And then beyond that, if we can host seminars, learning opportunities, we're always interested.
Yes. I mean it's in the desert. Desert Willow is the hub. It's in the middle of the valley. You're 15 minutes away from each corner. But not only that is having the facilities and having two award-winning golf courses. But I think you hit it on the right point. The leadership at Desert Willow, including starting with your general manager and going all the way through every member of your team, is so welcoming. It's so service oriented. It's I know you've always been that way because you have great DNA and from your family. But how do you cultivate that with your staff?
Well, you mentioned our GM Derek. He's a big reason I'm still here. He just celebrated 20 years at Desert Willow this year. So he's definitely pushed us all to continue to keep growing. We try something big every summer when it's slow. This year we did a little AI training.
Mm.
In the past, we've read some great books as a team. We call it the Summer Book Club. But, we over the years, we've really learned about how to hire the right people, and that makes my life a lot easier. If I can hire frontline staff who are here for the right reasons, um, it's just a lot more fun, right? Everybody has more
Hmm.
fun.
Well, that's great. But yet again, you may have the right structure, the right support, the right, corporate backing, and in your case, the backing of the city. But I guess how do you continue your motivation to grind during the busy, busy, busy um, uh, winter months and very slow summer months?
Well, I think I probably spend a lot more time on onboarding than most people. I probably spend a good week with every new staff member in golf ops. And throughout the team, as assistant GM, making sure our food and beverage team and our course and grounds team and the banquet teams, they all kind of get the same onboarding experience. Um, they really find out if they're going to be here for the long haul or not pretty quickly. Um, myself, summer is a busy time for us because we're doing something fun as a group, but we're still learning. And it's kind of an idea share. So this year I learned a lot from our superintendent, one of our chefs. So it goes beyond just department heads and even into supervisors. And then season, thank God it is dark at 5 p.m. in our
Hmm.
desert, right? Where I grew up in Michigan, it is light till 10 o'clock. So I don't take for granted that our peak season, it gets dark at 5. And in the summer, it gets pretty hot. So we get a lot done in the summer. And in season, we most of the time can be home for dinner.
Mm. And that is important, the work-life balance, right?
Yep.
Well, and so how did you get started in this profession?
So I learned how to play golf hitting golf balls into a cornfield across from my house.
In Alpena, Michigan.
Yes, yes. So I was probably 11 when I
Mm.
hit a golf ball for the first time. And my dad had a set of McGregor tourneys that he cut down. And I think we had 15 or 20 old golf balls. So we would hit them and find them and hit them and find them and hit them and find them. And we didn't know at the time, but one of our neighbors was a retired superintendent
Mm.
from one of the golf courses in town. We had two. And one day, my brother and I, who's 3 years younger, got off the bus, and there were about 1,000 golf balls in our front yard. So he had collected a bunch of pond balls and lost balls over the years and dumped them in the front yard one day. So we didn't have to hit and find as often. We just would hit and hit and hit, and then once a week we'd go find. But after that, I got the bug and was fortunate to get a job when I was 15 at the local golf course. And, it was carts, cleaning carts, picking the range. Thought it was tons of fun. Summer limited season, so out of high school, I had something to keep me busy. Made $5.15 an hour.
Nice.
Yep, that was great. But met some really good friends. I made my best friends were the people I worked with at the golf course. Um, Started to look at colleges, was set in stone on going to a college that I wasn't excited about necessarily. And then my boss, who was a PGA professional, mentioned Ferris State had a program, and it was professional golf management. And, even if I didn't like it, it's still a business management degree. So you can see the Bulldog head cover back there.
There you go.
Go Bulldogs. Um, so I actually went on a campus visit. I found out that it was real college with a focus on golf. So I thought that was pretty unique. My parents gave me the opportunity to do that. And my favorite part about that program was the internship portion of it. So that summer, I was a homebody, so I stayed close to home. I did an internship in Michigan at Alpena Golf Club. The second one was a 7-month internship, and I ventured out to Connecticut and worked at a place called Woodway Country Club, and that was fabulous. Definitely opened my eyes to what the world of golf was, right? Um, After that, my final internship was at Desert Willow.
Ah,
So that's when I met you. I had a winter spring internship or fall, spring, whatever you want to call it. And I fell in love with the desert. Um, Not a big fan of the cold and the snow that I grew up with. And my family came out to visit that year and they thought it was really unique too. And then after graduation, I came back. So that's my start.
I mean, you not only did you fall in love with the desert and desert willow and with the profession, you fell in love with a lovely lady.
Yep, just celebrated 9 years of marriage,
Nine
but
years of marriage.
obviously been together longer than that.
Well, that is great. So tell us a little bit about your family,
Yeah.
your kids, your wife.
Yep. Yep. So my wife Holly and I have been together for a long time. Very lucky. You mentioned she's lovely. She's very pretty.
You're
So
very lucky, by the way.
I know. Everybody tells me that. We've got two kids. So our son Jackson is turning 9 in October, and our daughter Lily is turning 6 in October. So right now Jackson's in third grade, and Lillian is in kindergarten. And
Wow.
I would say Lillian loves school, can't get enough, and Jackson tolerates it. But he's got some close friends, and he goes to school to catch up with his buddies.
Hey, I'm not wrong with that. I mean, we
Nope.
all done it.
No, no, and soccer season just started too. So we've
That's
got
right.
a busy schedule starting this week. We're going to start to ramp up at Desert Willow. Our daughter is going to dance class 2 days a week over in Palm Springs. And then she's going to be on soccer for a second season. And then Jackson is playing soccer as well. So,
The busy, busy,
yeah,
busy family.
that's right.
How many rounds do you guys do over there?
Annually,
Yeah.
if we don't have any renovation closures, a comfortable amount for us would probably be around 98,000, right?
And
So,
most of that 98,000 happens in 6 months, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, we've been really lucky over the last 5 years to extend our season. So, in March we'll do 13 to 14,000 rounds. February is about 12 with less daylight. January's probably 11.5. April and May have turned into huge months for us.
Mm.
And the first half of June was typically a ghost town for us, and now it's quite busy. So we're still averaging over 4,000 rounds in August, right? We're typically 5 to 6,000 July, and then June can be upwards of 8,000 if it's really good.
Wow. Wow. So it is true. There's more people that are staying year round. There's
Yep.
more people that are driving, making the drive from different corners of Southern California, either San Diego or over here in LA, that go to the desert and find it that you can play fast
Yeah.
and get off the golf course. And if memory serves me well, one of the distinctions of Desert Willow is you guys serve the coldest beer in town.
Yeah, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Um, but you've got to come back. You haven't been able to play here lately. So, Firecliff, we've taken a lot of dead vegetation out of the desert scape. I think that was highlighted this summer. We had the Pro Scramble and summer meeting.
Hmm.
So, everyone who played noticed how much change had happened on that course. Um, Later in the summer, July and August, we actually did that on Mountain View. So you've got to come out, Tony. It's amazing. Conditions are the best they've ever been.
Wow.
A lot of those old sight lines from the tees are back, right? So that's been really exciting. You asked what motivates me, and that's another thing is seeing all the improvements we've been able to accomplish. Waiting just to see what people come back and think about that, but pretty sure it's going to be an exciting fall.
Well, that is great. And yes, I gotta come back. I gotta come back and play. Um and see if I can take a low. I mean, at my age, that's probably not gonna happen, but I still like the challenge, right?
Yep.
And I mean, you have such great amenities, such great clubhouse, such great team, and I'm sure that going to Desert Willow, it would be more than just going visiting great friends and visiting a great facility, but it would be a learning experience for me or any other pros that would go there, because it's Desert Willow is more than a case study. To me, it's such a high profile facility that, I mean, you guys tried just about everything, and so you can have firsthand accounts of whether a program is going to work or not going to work.
Yeah, I think we're always open to visitors. I'm always interested in talking to fellow pros on what's working, what's not. Happy to answer any questions they may have about what we're doing and why. But again, we have a team of 8 PGA pros here. So, we're always bouncing ideas off each other, what's going to work, what's not. And our best ideas come from new staffers sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good. Keep it fresh, right?
that's right.
And speaking of your PGA pros, or your staff, I mean, high profile staff that you have, I bet it's very difficult to keep them motivated and occupied. Or how do you manage that?
Well, so Derek, I mentioned already, he's our GM. He's been here for 20 years. You know Jason Wilkinson well. He's our
Hmm.
head professional,
Hmm.
and this is his 18th season. We've had some great hires. Before I get into those, Paul Busey, our director of instruction.
Hmm.
I always overestimate how many years he's been with us, but I think it's 20.
Hmm.
And he oversees our Palm Desert Golf Academy, and he helps us at the resort whenever we need him. So he's been an incredible asset for us. Jeff Grant's our first assistant. He's been here with us a few years, and love having Jeff on the team just because his attention to detail is almost unmatched.
Hmm.
We've got Josh Garber and Matt Holm, and with Jeff and Josh and Matt, we have a rotation at our academy. We call it the teacher on duty shift.
Hmm.
So every week they have a designated day, and it's the same day every week, so they can plan on it.
Hmm.
So we have a big instruction program. It's growing. They get the same day every week, and then they can work around their schedule. So if they have a student that wants to meet with them every Monday at 8 a.m., I'll just put them on a close shift.
Ah.
And if they want to work in the afternoon, it's an open. So we do try to be really flexible so they can, obviously make good money with the instruction portion of the role. Our apprentices get a teacher on duty shift as well
Hmm.
once they're qualified to do it. So Todd and Bill had spent some observation time with Paul and the other PGA pros on staff. We'll do a summer learning program at the academy. We'll meet 5 or 6 times as a group, and Paul asks us to research a topic that we have a question about
Hmm.
or anything we want to know more about. And then he goes out and finds out from his friends what they're working on, what's not working, and we just talk about it. So it's really easy to keep the crew busy. We have a role we call the player host, which is the starter for both starters.
Hmm.
And we try to have them do that once a week, keep that position fresh. And it's probably our most important position, getting everyone paired up into foursomes and to both tees on time. So a season goes by just so fast, as you remember.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And you know, this is a great business practice for in and I know the things that you do, but they were not top of mind. Now they are, and I'm
Yeah.
sure that our fellow professionals and within our section may find this very interesting because it's you know finding great staff members is difficult.
Yes.
That's a thing. That's a topic on its own, right? But
Yep.
then keep them motivated and cultivate their love for the facility and their love for the profession. That's also very, very important. And I'm glad that you find ways to keep that, you know, going around so that people don't get stagnant into one role because when they get stagnant, they
It's
just don't
tough.
want to be there.
Yeah. And I mean, I love to teach, but I can't do it every day.
Hmm.
So, I really admire somebody like Paula who can teach every day.
Yes.
I'm not built for that. And the teacher on duty shift kind of gives our team members a chance to teach the amount that works for them. So, it's a way for them to make money and live a good life. But on top of that, if they like teaching a little bit, they can teach a little bit. If they want to teach a lot beyond what we do at the resort side, they can work that into their schedule. If
Mm.
they have a day off and they want to teach, I'm never going to say no to that either.
That's great. That's great. And that's one thing that some of us take for granted when we get into leadership roles or managerial roles is what we're here to do is to serve others,
Yep.
not just to serve or customers, members, but we're also here to serve our team.
Yep.
And I
Yeah, I
like that,
couldn't agree
and I
more
like that
than
you do
that.
that. And I like that you do that. It's part of it's part of the Desert Willow way.
Yeah, it is. It took a long time, right? Um, what you can accomplish in 17 years with the same
Hmm.
people, you can't take that for granted. But I would just suggest if there is a pro in our section who wants to try it, start slow. You have to be nimble with the schedule sometimes. I'm going to certainly cover the counter if I need to, so that somebody can give a lesson. We just ask for no surprises, right? Really
That's
good
important.
communication from the team is super important. So,
Yeah, and that is a two-way street. I mean, you communicate well with them, then and now you expect that in return, right? That's
yep.
great. That's great. So we heard a little bit about what motivates you. We learned a little bit about your family, about the Desert Willow Way, and about some of the couple of best practices that you do at your facility. Anything else that you'd like to share with us? That I mean, just remember, we're just a little more than 1,800 members and associates in our section, and or we can never get all 1,800 in one room. And so this is a way for us to get to know you, but also for you to share and any best practices that you may want to throw out there. I mean, because I got my notepad and I'm ready to write.
Well, you got to come play first. No, I think the best practice is, you have to lean into spending time with your team, like really quality time. So every year I try to make sure I know what the goals of our key team members are, and when I hire a new staff member, I'll have them just fill out our kind of stock goals sheet. And I ripped that, I call it R&D, rip off and duplicate. But I pulled that from one of the PGA career manuals a long time ago and just put our logos on it. So it's a look at your goals 1 to 4 years, 5 to 10, 10 plus. You can label your top values, right? I have the staffer do this. It's a tough assignment. I've got mine right here, but I keep them because I want to look at them and see, you know, what's working? Did we accomplish something last year?
Hmm.
If we didn't, do we still want to accomplish it? How important is it to us? So on the bottom, the staffer can label their top values, their top characteristics, and their top skills. So again, it's not mine. I copied it from the PGA's career manual, but I thought it was cool. So I'm looking at this now and I've done a few of these things. So there's my motivation, right?
There you
And
go.
it's also a reminder of the things I haven't done that I still want to do. So I do a lot of this stuff with staff. I think it's really important. And I think it keeps them here longer, honestly. Keeps them engaged longer also. Um, from a business standpoint, I think kind of your typical things. We've got some great programs we lean into. Outings are really important to us. We lean into our loyalty programs. It's another 20% of our business. Um, we try our best to really promote a lot of local play. We're owned by the city of Palm Desert. We've got a great resident program, and they represent about 20% of our business as well. But the best part about it is we treat everybody the same. you
Yes.
know, as we think about best practices here, no matter who it is that comes through our doors, I just want them all to be treated the same, right? Um, it's hard to label best practices, Tony. Um, a secret shopper, that's something we've been participating in for a couple of years. So I like the secret shopper program. It's 238 metrics or so on
Mm.
every visit. And it's something that the city of Palm Desert requested we do, and it's been awesome. They take a lot of pictures. They don't know when they're coming. We don't know when they're coming,
Hmm.
and we get 6 visits a year. But we've learned a lot. We've tightened things up from that, and it's a great way to kind of celebrate with the team what they're doing well.
Oh
Um,
man, that is
so,
awesome.
so
And
best practices, I'm kind of all over the place here, but I would just vaguely state that as use your scoreboards, you know, with AI, it's so easy to stay on top of customer reviews from all the different platforms. We have an in-house platform through Kemper Sports. It's called True Review, and I love that. We get probably close to 4,000 responses a year.
mm,
So it's a great scoreboard. If you played tomorrow, Tony, um, on Saturday, you would get a survey request.
ah,
And it just generally asks you about your experience, different things. How was the customer service? How was pace of play? How were course conditions? If you eat in the restaurant, how was the food quality and service, right? And then the last question is the most important one, and that is the Net Promoter Score question.
mm,
So, how likely are you to recommend us to family and friends?
yes.
And, over the last 10 years, we've gone from a net promoter score in the 60s to a net promoter score close to 90. So using your scoreboards, keeping the staff involved, understanding why your staff are here, their goals, then you can hopefully help them achieve them. And if the goals don't align, it's a nice conversation to have with the staffer. Um, Maybe we can't help them achieve those goals and we can help them find a job that does, but at least there's no misunderstanding on anything.
And that's being kind to your team, right? Is being
Yeah.
kind to your being responsible, having that fiduciary responsibility to your management, to your ownership, but also having that fiduciary and kindness with your team. That's, I think, is really important. It's something that sometimes it gets overlooked. Hey, you we must revisit this because we're not shooting part here, and
No. Yeah.
we need to get that going.
Yeah. So that's been nice. Again, I don't take for granted that I've been here 17 years. So there's a lot of things that we're already doing pretty well. And then
Mhm.
we can really tighten our focus in other areas. So if anyone's listening to this, you can't expect yourself to go out and tackle everything at once, but
Yes.
just try to do something every day to make yourself a little better or a team member a little better.
Well, that is great, and thank you very much for those nuggets of wisdom that you've shared. Thanks for allowing us to get into your space and converse for a few minutes on a very busy schedule that you run. But I gotta ask the one question I asked all my guests, and that is, um, if you, Ryan Szydlowski, had the superpower to go back and see the young version of yourself, what kind of advice, knowing what you know, what kind of advice would you give?
Oh, that is a loaded question. So, um, I would say I can cheat and look at my goals list, right? So, if I could go back in time, I would probably travel a little more,
Mm,
right? Um, my wife and I have those conversations from time to time. So, I would definitely travel more before life got actually busy.
hmm.
Um, but at the same time, I'll reflect sometimes on if it's a tough day or whatever, maybe I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I'll remind myself that, hey, if I could talk to the Ryan Szydlowski at Ferris State University in December 2009 when I graduated, right? And just say, hey, would I be happy with what I've got right now? Overwhelmingly, yes. All right. I'd be fist pumping because I work with a great team at a great place. My wife and I have a home, healthy family, right?
Yes, knock on wood.
A lot of great relationships. But secondarily, I would probably not be as bashful about going out to say hi to other pros. Maybe focus on a little time, invite them up to lunch. We've had some great pros in town over the years. Excellent merchandisers, great operators, incredible instructors. And they would have probably said yes if I invited them out to lunch.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
But overall, travel more, focus on the fun stuff more so than just the work stuff.
Oh, that is great. And well, before I call it a wrap, anything else that you'd like to share?
I'd really like to get together for 9 holes with you.
Yes.
And I can't have one, but I'll make sure that there's a really ice cold beer ready for you.
I mean, compared to popular belief, I slowed down a little bit.
No, that's good. Yeah, but 9 holes with me, we can play for a drink. If you win, you get an ice cold beer, and if I win, I get an ice cold Arnold Palmer.
There you go. There you go. Well, that then we must make it happen. But just another great opportunity to say thank you, Ryan. Thank you for allowing us to come into your visit, albeit virtually, but into your office. But we really appreciate what you do and the care that you take in promoting the game of golf, and also the care you take for your fellow professionals, whether in your staff or somebody that comes and visit. It's that goes a long ways. And with that, it's a wrap on behalf of the Southern California PGA. It's been an honor and pleasure to have Ryan Szydlowski here with us for this podcast. And just a friendly reminder, fellow professionals, if you're listening or viewing, yes, I am looking for the next pro to feature in our podcast. And with that, Ryan, again, thank you, and I'll see you at the turn.
Thank you, Tony.